roll to see if he's back.
Full roll to see if he was back. You got a perfect 20. Natural 20. Okay, we have returned. Before we go, though, I just want to play this, and I will play it till the end of time, at least until I'm dead.
Now, be sure to inspect the buttocks.
I'm going to keep that as a favorite little clip.
Now, be sure to inspect the buttocks.
That's pretty good, Kyle. Thank you for that.
Why did I say that?
I don't know.
Because of a beetle.
Oh, the beetle. Yeah,
Oh.
checking the
Yeah.
beetle. Yeah. Nice job.
Beetle buttocks, nice.
It's now part of my soundboard. Forever and always.
Now, be sure to inspect the buttocks.
All right, time for us to come back from it.
It sounds like Doctor Who or something.
Bo Schwartz, you're in charge. Give us our running papers or whatever any of that means.
Okay. As you pilfer through the contents of the bag, noting them down. Are you picking them up? Are you distributing them?
Yeah, I'll hand the first aid kit to Stanley.
All right.
A shortwave radio I'll hand back. A gold necklace I'll pass to Nash along with that stick of wood.
Actually, excuse me, Hope, I would be interested in the stick. I suspect there might be some magic involved with something like that.
Yeah,
Everything else here is rotten.
I was wondering if the gem, the necklace, and the stick of wood had magic.
Well, I am capable of identifying such a thing, but as we don't know what
I thought
sort
that
of
was Nash, that's why.
we don't know
Yeah.
exactly what we're going to run into down here, so it would take time for me to do it. I don't know if we want to set that time aside or if we want to continue and do it later.
Well, I'll need to go back and mark this way as the way to go, so we could do that when you identify the items.
Maybe we'll just start with the stick for now. That seems like the most likely. It'll take me about 10 minutes to identify it.
Cool. Hope will nod, and she'll hold the radio. She'll take the pepper spray, handgun with the ammo, the compass, and then everything else. The wood, the necklace, and then the wherever the gem
Okay, be
is.
sure to write them down. I'm not likely to remember all those contents, so be sure to note them
Totally.
down in your character.
Did you
sheet.
hand me the necklace or no?
I'll just kind of pass it back, so Stanley goes to grab it.
All right.
Yeah, that's not coming back to you, Nash.
Damn
got
it. I want
You
it.
can get it later. Where's your necklace that we already gave you?
Uh,
The one that made you feel so much better? Made you feel like a real living, breathing person again?
it's up my flappy penis hole.
Yeah, well, that's why you can't be trusted with these things. So I
Alright.
will hold on to this until I've determined whether or not you could be trusted with such a thing.
Fine.
And I will sit down and I will start my 10-minute ritual of identify on the stick. The wood.
Okay. As you begin sitting down and examining the stick of the wood, you hear a loud echoing through like a bloop, 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 like liquid bubbling. It's breaking your concentration.
Oh, it is breaking my concentration. Okay.
It's going to take you 10 minutes, and you hear bloop,
Maybe there's a better spot to do this.
bloop. It's echoing down the passage you just came from. The whole party hears this.
Well, before I left, I wanted to see the rest of this place. Maybe there's something else.
Does seem a bit weak for one backpack to be a labeled supply. But your people might, believe such things.
Clearly,
Either
this
way,
is...
I would like to get out of this place. Quickly, if possible.
Well,
We could split for a bit while Stanley has his time. I could continue exploring this.
I say we stay together. Plus, we have a George to mind. Perhaps, Nash, would you be so kind to... Stanley, might we be able to get by you?
Yeah. Is there can we make room, or are we just gonna have to
With
reverse
great
order?
difficulty, you can shuffle your order, but you'd be
Alright.
pressed up against one another very closely in doing so.
Go for it, bro.
Pardon me. Hope.
It's fine. It's fine. Let me take the lead again. Just excuse me. Oh,
Excuse me.
God, this is.
Right.
Uh,
Nash,
oh,
don't.
watch the tail.
That's around
How
Nash.
did Nash end up in the front again? Nash, you're in the back.
I body surfed. Okay, I'm good now.
There you go. You guys shuffle very awkwardly amongst one another. Nash doing a poor job of it as you finally figure out an order, and you hear the glubbing get louder from around the corner. You hear a bloop, bloop, bloop.
All right, I'll step forward and peek around the side.
And as you peer around the corner, you notice the passageway is full and no longer there. And there's a dark black liquid from the wall that appears to have now filled that room. And it appears to be creeping along the sides closer in your direction. And you hear sort of a bloop, bloop, bloop as it looks like a little tentacle comes forth from the wall of black, and then like a wave curls back in and appears to draw itself a little further down the hallway, closer to your direction.
Guys, we need to go.
Let's move.
And I'll
Then
move
me.
forward. And then I'll peek around this corner.
All right, roll for initiative.
Oh boy.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
3.
I need to get
17.
my notepad.
8.
3, 17, 8. Sorry, guys.
Some quality initiatives being thrown down.
Nash, 3. Who said 17?
Vorel.
Burrell. Stanley's 8.
Yep.
Hope.
22.
Okay, perfect. So as you peer around the corner, you notice another large black wall that appears to fill up the narrow passageway, and you see the T-junction that you previously saw in the far end as it fills and slides down and makes its way down as you peer toward it. And it's just nothing but pure blackness. With the light shining off of it from Nash's light rock, you see that you can't peer into it, that it's like a black thick substance, and as it oozes its way down the side and fills the walls, bloop, 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 and it makes its way towards you without any shape. And another tentacle sort of springs forth and attempts to grab on to your metal arm. Okay, and as it moves out, it goes, and you sort of quickly able to move out of the way of it as it continues its way towards you. Hope, your turn.
All right, seeing it grab from my metal arm, I'll reach down to my boot machete and I'll pull that out and I'll make 2 attacks on it.
Okay.
So, a 15 and then a 23.
Okay, so 15 and then 23 for hits. Okay, so it's very easy to hit as it fills the whole room. You just slice in ahead of you the black amorphous substance as you slice off 2 pieces. And they spill out into the ground near your boots. And, well, your robot foot and your booted foot. And they start, you see them start moving towards you. Okay.
Yeah.
Anything else you'd like to do with your turn?
I'm gonna start to back up, even though I know
Sorry,
we can't move.
roll damage dice for your 2 hits, please.
Let's see, it's 12 total.
For both rolls? Both rolls are
Yeah,
hits.
both rolls combined, it's 12.
Okay, so math. 12. Okay. All right, so there's now 2 little pieces by your foot. Okay, as it spreads off and creates 2 little pieces down by you. I'm just gonna. Now they're very tiny, but they're in your vicinity. As you cut off 2 pieces, and they're now directly in front of you. Okay. Anything else that you want to do with your turn?
We might need to burn these things, guys. And again, trying to back up, but I know Varel's there and it's a tiny passage. So there's not much movement to be made.
Okay, you notice, oh, sorry, one more thing as we do this. You notice as you cut them off, the knife that you used begins to, is immediately browned. As you see, like having pulled from it, it's brown. And it begins corroding. That weapon now takes an additional -1 to your penalty rolls.
I'll angrily curse and infernally chuck the machete to the side, to the forward thing.
It's still function. It'll still function. It's only -1. You can't do that, or unless you want to drop it. You can't attack.
Yeah, I'm dropping it. I've never seen a weapon rust like this before. This is terrible.
Well, you have it. You have the distinct impression it was a result of coming into contact with whatever you cut.
Yeah. That's my turn.
Okay. Varel, you're up.
Alright, I will, back, everyone, back! Other way, other tunnel! And I will start shuffling along Stanley and move when there's movement available.
Okay, you want to ready an action to move when you're able to?
Yeah.
Okay. So the little ooze next to you, Hope, tries to climb, tries to hop onto your leg. All right, and as it does, you dodge your foot out of the way, and it sort of splats behind you. The other one tries to hit your metal leg, and as it makes its attempt, your AC is what? Sorry, 16.
16.
Okay, it just narrowly misses, and it grazes like a little surface of one of the bolts on your leg. Not well. I guess your foot is your robot foot exposed. You're wearing a boot over it, aren't you? Sorry, I'm picturing this wrong. You have clothing over top of it. I think we discussed, so it's fine. You move your leg out of the way, to no effect. Okay. So those two make a swipe at you. Nash, from behind, you hear the sounds of oozing gloop, 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 gloop from the passageway leading north behind you. Sounds of danger. Stanley, it is your turn.
Alright, I cannot get past Nash, correct?
No, you guys would both have to use an action to swap places.
And what about casting magic? If it's an attack, I can't fire through the allies, right?
So that would block your line of sight, I believe, shooting through allies. Yeah. But I mean, if it's magic, it's not necessary. If it requires line of sight but isn't a projectile, then you're okay. You know, like mental magic, stuff like that.
Right, but I couldn't fire like an Eldritch Blast because it would be passing through them.
That's right.
Okay. I am going to... What the hell am I gonna do? I'm going to create a bonfire right there.
Bonfire!
Try to block anything coming down.
All right, where there?
If I can see it, I'd rather do it here.
As you contemplate doing it, you do notice that you are in a cavern with greasy walls.
Well, shit, that's a good point.
Come on, go full Nash on this.
Blow everything.
Kill everyone.
I can't do anything, so I will use my action to shift past Nash, I guess.
And how does
well,
that
you can
work?
also ready an action and let Nash give you guys space.
Okay.
Yeah, it would require 2 actions to do
But
that.
I can't ready
Nash would
movement,
also-
can I? Because it's an action that I can ready. It's not movement that I can
You
ready.
can ready movement.
Oh, alright.
You can ready everything you don't use on your turn.
Yeah, as soon as Nash moves his ass, I'll move.
It's just that readying is an action on your turn. So
No, you know what? I need to use the action to get past Nash, because I can't fire through him either, so...
he'll have to use his action to allow it. You don't get to
Oh.
move yet.
Shit. Never mind. I hate this. I'm gonna hold an action for movement, I guess.
Yeah, you're stuck in. That's the feeling that's right there. You're stuck in a narrow cave with a looming danger ahead of you as the large black ooze, sentient ooze like grease, moves its way around the corner, and you just hear Hope panicking and swatting at it. Nash, it's your turn.
So the fear.
Everyone's backing into you.
Right. Well, then I need to move. I don't want to block everybody. So what I'm going to do is move a little. I'm going to go here so that I'm looking up that tunnel.
You'll probably need to give them more running room than that, potentially.
Okay.
And you move to that point and you look down that tunnel, you notice another large, similar to what you're seeing ahead of you, another large black ooze substance making its way, splashing down the halls. This one more aggressively, as these tentacles come out and latch onto the wall and pull it forward as it oozes down the hallway towards you.
Then I'm going to continue my movement to there.
Okay.
Which is 30 feet.
Mm-hmm.
And over here, I'm not seeing anything over here, right?
No, that's it. There's a dead end, and to the right was a supply cache. Now you can move, use an action and move if you wanted to attack the creature down the hall.
From here, can
you
I do
move
it?
10 feet, attack that creature.
Oh,
up
and then
there,
finish
and
moving.
Continue moving.
Oh, okay. I do want to do that.
Yeah, I figured you might. That's fine.
No. I'm glad you. I'm dumb. All right, I want to fire a. Well, hold on. Now you talked to what's his name about fire and walls and greasy. Oh gosh, that changes things. I mean, you said that to him because this looks flammable to us. Like, would my character see this crap on the wall? And
So
go,
I've described on several occasions that the walls appear to have like sweat, sort of a watery, greasy substance.
Yeah.
Likely because you are the keep is built on rock foundation next to the oil sands of the Uber Mutaris oil lake.
Are these considered creatures? This goo?
They appear to be sentient and are attacking you. Your sense is that it would be a creature. At least if you're asking me a rules question.
Yeah, well,
it's a creature.
Okay, that's what I'm asking. Oh, I need a long rest so bad. All right. Rather than fire anything down there that's explosive, because I'm worried about that, I'm gonna toss acid splash down that hall. 60-foot range, and I hope it hurts them. I don't know if it will.
I don't know either.
I mean, fire is gonna kill us.
Do you want to examine it to find its weaknesses? That's also you can use your action to study opponents and learn information.
Yeah, but then I can't move again, right?
You can move again. You just use your action.
Okay, you know what? Let's do that. Let's
do
do that.
Move, an action, and whatever.
Let's do that. I'd rather do a little recon here, so let's do that. So I'm going to. I'd like to know its weakness. I'd like to figure out its weaknesses if I can do that from here.
Okay, so you can either use a survival or potentially a Arcana.
Let's do Arcana. I have a way better bonus on it. So that would be 22? 22.
All right, 22 to find out what some of the information on it. So you peer at it, and you instantly. A feeling of familiarity comes over you as you realize what this is, that you've heard of this before in your past. And they were just referred to by your ancient masters as the Black Puddings. And from your recollection, they are extremely resilient to many forms of assault, and they're very good at guarding treasure and key locations within a given network of caves, for example. They are immune. You know that they're immune to acid damage, cold damage, lightning, and slashing damage.
Okay. Did you say fire damage in any of that?
I did not.
Okay.
You know that they don't see, that they use something that in D&D speak called blind sight, but basically they're able to see without the use of eyes, so that they can locate you, and you can tell that the sentience of the creature is intelligent and is hunting you. You're also aware they're extremely easy to hit, and that they're not very smart. They're not even they would be less intelligent even than a mammal or a feral creature who obeys the programming of its species.
All right, I'm going to rattle all of this information off in the hall, so that they have an idea of what we're up against here. And with that knowledge, hopefully they can do something that I'm not able to do because my action's over, and I'm going to move the additional space to there.
Okay, perfect. All right,
That's my
so
turn.
again in front of you, Hope, as Nash yells that, like, you know, not to deal damage with slashing, lightning, cold, or acid, the creature in front of you, its tentacles reach out again, trying to grab you this time in order to touch you with its tentacles. Several of them come out. 14 plus 5, so 21. That's a hit. Take 7 points of damage.
Oh, wait, one thing though. Now that Nash has moved, does that mean Varel and I get our actions to move as well?
It does.
That we readied?
Yep, that's true. You're correct. Well, Varel's movement was triggered on the space freeing behind him. Yours was triggered, except you didn't say what you were going to do, so we're going to allow it this time. But next time, you have to specify what you're doing for the ready of your action.
Oh, I thought I said I was saving movement.
You can't do that in 5th edition.
Well, that's what I said, and then you said I could.
No, you can save movement. What I'm saying is you have to specify the exact movement you're making.
Oh.
You can't change it. So
Okay.
if you say I want to move east, and then east doesn't clear up, then you still can't do it. Then you can't
All right.
change your movement instruction.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Alright, well, I will move to there.
Okay. Perfect. And there wasn't anything else specified. All right, Varel, you specified simply moving.
Yep.
Okay, so you move back. Hope in front of you. The attack still happens then. There wasn't much to change the battlefield, so we said, what did I say? I said 7 points of damage, bludgeoning damage against you, and then as it touches your arm begins to burn and crackle. You take, sorry,
Is this her metal armor? Or
take
armor?
15 points of acid damage as well.
15?
Yeah.
Is that her metal armor or her not metal armor?
Yeah. You also take a -1 permanent -1 AC for whatever your armor is offering to you.
Oh, wow.
Jeez.
Alrighty.
As it attempts to clutch you, you pull your hand back, but it burns you severely, and you scream out. And it burns the padded armor that you have on your hand, giving you a permanent -1 to it. Okay, and Varel, it's your turn.
Don't I go after Hope?
Oh, sorry, Hope, it's your turn. I took your
Okay.
turn to mean you took damage. Turn over. Sorry.
Alright,
Yeah,
is
it's
the
your turn.
tentacle still attached?
I know you've pulled yourself away from it. It's not grappling.
Okay, cool. So, let's see here. Would it be an action to take out the bear mace? Or the mace, the spray bottle that was in the backpack?
The spray bottle, it would free action just if you need to pull out something to wield it.
Pepper spray. Okay, cool. So I pull out the pepper spray and I just let loose on the stuff in front of me.
Okay. So you pull out the pepper spray and wildly fire it out at the large black wall moving towards you, attempting to engulf you in its very essence, and it does nothing.
Ah, gross. All right, well, I'll back up my 15. And
Okay.
that'll be my turn.
As you do it, you provoke an opportunity attack.
Yeah.
Okay, it swings out at you wildly, and just you duck out as it swings over top and slaps its oozy tentacle against the wall.
Cool.
Varel, it's now your turn.
Can I move diagonal past Stanley through this area?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna yell, "Everyone out! Back to the opening!" And I'm gonna run up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so it's 25, and I will take position. Using the same rules, the party could squeeze by me diagonally this way, correct?
Sure. Yeah.
Excellent.
You could lean your body into one direction while they squeeze out behind you. A little more clearance in the intersections.
Then I will wait in the intersection. I will ready a action. I will attack it when it gets in melee.
You will attack it with.
With my, I saw the machete, and I heard Nash yell, so I can put together that the blade would be getting messed up by hitting it.
It's actually resistant to slashing as well,
Yeah. So I would,
or immune to slashing, which I failed to sort of do on Hope's first turn. She probably should have done any damage, but we let it through.
Okay, then so since I have no scabbard or anything, I just kind of plant my sword into the wall, diagonally into the mud.
Okay.
So it's not
Cool.
blocking the ways, but next to me, ready to be grabbed, and I will ready my fists. I'm gonna punch it when it gets in range.
Gotcha.
But I'm going, go out!
All right, excellent. That puts it at this one's turn. As it oozes back into its little pieces, they sort of disappear from view. Moves 1, 2, 3. Gets back into range of you, Hope.
Mm-hmm.
Since you have the reduced movement speed, you weren't able to get fully away. And it makes an attack on you as the tentacles again reach out and you try to draw back in horror. Okay, it's a hit.
Okay.
You take 4 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And how are we doing on health? Just so...
We're looking fun.
How you doing?
Yeah. DM
Oh,
shouldn't
not
ask
too
that,
good.
I guess.
We'll see how it looks after this roll. Sounds like
Just
there are lots
keep
of
in
dice
mind, you
there.
don't have any resistances, do you?
I've got cold fire and poison, but not acid.
Not acid. All right. Well, you're in extreme danger. We'll find out. Take 14 points of acid damage as well.
All right. Still going.
Okay. As it reaches out and it grabs onto you again, also you suffer another -2 permanent AC penalty to your armor. How much AC does your armor confer? Let me just make sure we... equipment. You have chain... I guess you have the equivalent of chainmail on. Looks like. Armor class is 16. Okay, so it just sets your armor class to 16. Okay, so now you have to overwrite it to 14.
Cool, got it.
-2 to the thing. All right, as it attacks you, on this time the tentacles sort of spill out over you as it's now becoming more aggressive and undulating. There's a little poop, 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 and it reaches out and it splashes on you, and you pull away. And because it's not like water, it doesn't separate. You're able to pull off from it, but the armor on you turns your begins to corrupt and turn brown and just melt off. If it's made of cloth, it just dissolves and starts threading away. All right, Varel, not Varel. Stanley, it's your turn.
Okay, I am going to turn to the one by Hope, and I am going to cast Dissonant Whispers on it.
Dissonant Whispers. Okay.
It is a Wisdom 16 save.
Oh, that's the one that forces them to run away?
Yeah, they have to use their reaction to move their speed away.
Must use its reaction. Use ground fire pit. Alright, let me see. Okay, so it's a wisdom, how much, sorry?
16.
Alright, and does it confer a condition or just forces them to move?
No condition, just they have to move their full movement. It burns their reaction as well, not that that matters once they're out of...
Alright, so one of the things that you have to realize... Now, I'm just noting this for your benefit, so because I think this is something that your character put together. It doesn't have ears. Does it have to hear what you say?
It says a deafened creature automatically succeeds on the save, so
Yeah.
if it is incapable of hearing, I would assume.
As far as you can tell, you don't see that it has eyes, ears, like any sort of humanoid creature. Something worth considering before you cast the spell.
Jesus Christ. Well, I'm sorry, Hope. There's nothing I can do for you. I tried, but these monsters literally suck. I guess I will fire 2 beams of Eldritch Blast. Oh no, I can't, because I can't fire through Hope. I'm going to move. There. Actually, I can't take any action, so I might as well use my full 60.
Dash out.
Move there, because I can't.
George looks at you with wide eyes. He goes, "What's going on in there? I heard screaming."
Shut the fuck up, George.
Nash, it's your turn.
Okay. Sorry, that caught me off guard and made me laugh. All right. I mean, these are both dead ends over here, right? Dead end.
Sorry, let me see what you're seeing. Yep,
here
they're both
and
dead
here.
ends.
So there's really no benefit. Okay, well. Man, these do suck. Alright, I'm gonna move. Hold on. I just need to get a view of this. So I hope you're getting hammered.
Hope's looking in bad shape as the thing is assaulting her. Her armor has been shredded away. It's in tatters, and she's screamed out. Just from a non-RP perspective, she's probably only got a handful of hit points left and near death. She's being assaulted and not winning this fight at all.
Man, I feel like that's the thing we got to do here is save her. Can I cast that on her? What's this? No, it's only self-cast. Poop! I'm in the same boat John is. Alright, I got an idea.
Don't you have
Can I have a couple of slots first level. I'm gonna cast I want to cast sleep on whatever's closest to her, and I want to do some sorcery points to keep her safe. What's that called? Careful spell, whatever it is.
Okay. Yeah, you can use a sorcery point equal to the spell level, I believe.
Right, which is level 1 in this case. Let's see. It's 90 feet and 20 feet in range. So 20 feet radius, 90 feet long. So just right down the hall, and I want her to be safe. Hold on. Why won't that change? Something's being funky. Let me refresh. There we go. Okay. So I'm gonna cast this through her, but use sorcery points to save her.
Okay, so do we have the...
I'm trying to find where I always forget where these are.
You have 1 sorcery point remaining,
Yeah.
looks like.
And it's only
It's on your actions.
It's a first level. It's a first level spell. So wait, it
And
says I have
your-
5.
You have 5 total, but you've used 4.
Oh, it says
looks
I've
like
only
you have
used
1
one.
remaining here. You have marked as 1, I think.
Oh, I have this backwards. I mark them as I use them, and I've only used it once.
Oh, then you've got 4 remaining.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So, but since the first level spell, I only use 1, right?
If you cast, I think that's how that one works.
I
So
think
if I
so.
look-
Equal to the level, right?
So, look, if we look up Meta Magic, Careful Spell, you can spend 1 sorcery point to allow up to +4 creatures to automatic. Oh, it's always one sorcery
Okay.
point, looks like.
Okay. All right. I'm going to spend that. I'm going to cast that, and I'm going to see if sleep does anything to these things, and not hit a hope.
Okay, so you reach out, roll, it's 5d8 when you cast at level 1,
Yep.
is that right?
Yep. 5d8. 13.
Okay, you speak the magical words and hold out your hand in order to fire the slumber off, the magical slumber in the creature's direction. Let's
I'll
see.
do the words. You ready?
Yeah, do it.
Oh, horrible thing of the deep. See my hand and go to sleep. That's it.
Well played.
Beautiful.
That was good.
Okay, so it appears to have no effect on it as you
Shit!
cast it out.
Gosh dang
Yeah.
it.
All right. Hope I tried. He yells as he then decides what to do if anything else. I haven't really. Oh no, I did move, didn't I? But I have some movement left. You know what? I'm gonna move right next to her and be ready to grab her on my next turn.
She won't be able to escape. You'll be trapping her in if you do that.
Oh.
The passages are super narrow. She'll have no way around you.
Nash, get out!
Shit. I don't wanna.
You've got to go, Nash!
You don't have to if you don't want to, but I wouldn't be a dick and block her in.
All right,
you wanna stay
I'm
and
going
hang
up
out.
there. Which is another.
That's
Yeah.
20 feet so far.
So yeah, so I can go up a little more.
You have 10 more.
Okay, I'm in. I'm up by Varel now. End of
All
my
right,
turn.
Varel's looking down the other hallway, staring down the ooze, and the ooze approaches your direction aggressively and moves within the melee range.
All right, 2 punches. Bye-bye. 21 and a 16.
21 and a 16, both are hits.
Punching the goo. Freaking F this ooze, dude.
Five and 7, so 13 points of damage total. Bludgeoning fists.
13 points of damage. All right, you do 13 points of damage to it. So you begin punching it as your claws tear into it, but this is bludgeoning damage, so not slashing, which is evidently an important thing that you learned earlier in the encounter. You punch through it, and it splats, little pieces of it sort of splashing off and then becoming... they look like they dry up a little bit and they wilt into little pebbles as you go and you start punching the big black wall and pieces fly off as you punch your way through it and you feel it tremor in pain. Like it doesn't make any sound, but you feel pain and you feel fear emanating from it. Okay, that's the reaction. So then it yeah. So now it moves to envelop you. 7 plus, it's 12 will not hit, so it envelops you, but your scales resist its damage as you punch it, just fighting your way to try to beat your way through it. All right, now Hope, the creature in front of you, makes an attack.
Didn't it already attack already?
It
Yeah, that
opportunity
hope
attack
went
you.
before the creature.
Oh, the opportunity attack.
No, the creature has a 26 on one roll. Remember, there are 2 little ones. 12 won't hit with your reduced armor, right?
Correct.
Okay, so it swings at you wildly.
Oh my god.
It has no emotion. It has no face. It's just a black wall of nothingness. But you feel fear, and you feel that it senses your weakness as it swings out to attack you. It is now your turn, Hope.
All right. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna use my action to disengage.
Okay.
So it can't provoke opportunity attack.
Well done.
I'm gonna use my movement to go my 15.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
That's right.
And then I'm gonna use my bonus action to use my spell, my heal spell, wherever you are. You
You have
wonderful
a healing
wonderful-
spell?
I do. I do.
Oh, it's Trick the DM day today.
Where are you?
These creatures are trying to kill you. They want to eat you. Sorry, where is your class features? Sorry.
Right.
Actions.
No, it's something else. It's not second wind. I thought it was
It's
something else.
you have the action surge, which you get that on a short rest now, right? It's second wind. Once per short rest,
That
you
is
use a
second.
bonus action to gain 1d10 plus 5 hit points.
Okay, that's the
It's
one.
your fighter feature. Yeah, it's not.
Okay, I
it's
thought
not
it was called
healing.
something else.
It's not healing. It's machismo. It's like
It's sustain. You got sustain.
you're using your machismo and chauvinistic attitude to sew your wounds together.
Oh
like,
yeah, and the way
men
this
are better than
looks,
women.
It looks like fire. Fire envelops me. It's not actual fire.
Solve everything. Okay, it looks like
Exactly.
fire. Okay.
But this pretend fire starts emanating off of me, and the wounds start closing up.
Gotcha. Sweet. So you do that and regain some constitution. How much?
Really glad that's pretend
Let's
fire.
see.
It's 1d10 plus 5.
Plus 5.
Oh my gosh, that's better than my
Nice.
healing.
13.
But you can only use it once per short rest.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
No. All right, 13. That's a good roll. So you recover 13 hit points. You disengage safely from the creature and make your way down the hall. Nash, you look behind you and you see Hope struggling against the wall. And then she just goes, and a little burst of flame shoots out from her, but not enough to light the walls on fire. Just a
It's not real fire. It's
not
pretend
fire.
the flames of inner glory.
Yes, that's exactly it. It's more of an attitude thing, as she does so. Varel, it is your turn.
All right. I will continue to hold this beast back with my mighty fists.
Okay, do it.
The fists of Vorel swing wildly with a 9, but also a 23.
Those are both hits.
Oh, snap.
It did say they were easy to hit.
8 and 5, so 13 points of damage.
Okay, perfect. So you continue punching your way through it. Just like your time between the last time you attacked and the other attack is basically imperceptible. So you've just like it's just like a punching bag. You've now gotten 4 solid punches into the thing, and as you punch it, it splashes off, and as very small particulate moves from it, it chunks into pebbles, becoming not fertile or sterile, but sterile, sure. It seems to take away the corrosive power from it. Benign. Thank you. As they become benign, that's the word I was. as you continue punching this large black wall made of pudding, and just bashing it into little pieces. Any
No
other
rage, because that's fire. Yeah, no bonus action. I will spend my bonus action if I have to, but free action. Go!
Yeah. All right. So around the corner down the. Oh no, that's not going to be the case. I just got to move for the 2 little ones you made, but they're behind the big Papa pudding. All right. The one in front of you, Varel, makes an attack on you.
Big Papa pudding.
2 is not going to do it, and a 7 plus
Least favorite wrestler.
12 won't do it either. All right. So it attempts to like it's starting to cover you more and more. It doesn't have you grappled, but like as you punch it, you're leaning deeper and deeper into it, and it's attempting to harm you with just its body. That just seems to be the way it attacks. It just seems to want to touch, and it does nothing to you. Stanley, your turn.
All right.
George, you see George sort of sitting there with his gun pointing it down the hall. Going like,
Where the hell is Stanley?
I'm down. I'm near the exit.
Oh, okay.
well, you guys can't table talk, guys.
Sorry.
Oh.
Sorry.
You can't see each other. That means you don't know where they are.
I can see Nash actually, so
Well, if he
it
can't
must just
see
be a
you-
case he can't see me.
Yeah, I can't see you.
Yeah, you have dark vision. He's got a
I got
light
I got a little rock.
you know, a light rock from Canadian Tire.
Man, there's so little I can do. I'm gonna, knowing everybody's in trouble, I'm gonna move a little bit closer to there. Now it's showing up on my screen, but I don't know if it makes sense. Can I see the slime that Varel's fighting?
You know, you can't see it. He's into the passage. You don't have a line of sight from there.
Okay. I am going to hold an action. When I see the slime from the south, I'm going to cast Bane on it.
Okay. You're spending all this time figuring out which ones work and don't work.
Yeah, not a lot is the answer, but Bane might be enough to help Hope. So that's what I'm
Okay.
holding.
Okay, perfect. So you've readied up casting Bane on the southern ooze. Nash, your turn.
All right. I would. I guess this counts as an action. I'm gonna ask Pod to. Where's? Well, can I see the ooze where it is in relation to Hope now?
No, you don't have line of sight on.
All
it.
right. I'm gonna ask Pod to go down. If you look at the map right here,
Okay.
which is just a little bit ways down there, and just scope it out. I realize that'll be another turn before she returns, I guess. Like last time?
Well, I didn't roll an attack roll for her, so I'll have to put her into as a separate creature with her own.
Oh, because we didn't put her in the initiative at all. Yeah.
So if you want to send her out, I can do that.
Yeah, let's send her out. God,
That'll be your free action for the turn, just to say, Pod, go down there and look.
Okay.
Now whether she will obey, but I have to roll for her.
Boy, while she's gone though, what do I do? There's not much I can do. All my spell slots are gone. And my cantrips are freaking useless here. Alright, well. I mean, it's acid. It's a creature using acid, right? We determined that?
You don't know what it is.
Okay, but it feels...
You know that it's... it's not a creature... It does do acid damage. That's what we've described to Hope. Your character hasn't... Your character's seen this, so yes.
Okay.
There's definitely a corrosive element to what this creature does.
If we had something that was alkaline... I'm probably overthinking this.
There's no alkaline damage.
Well, that's
Pull
my
out
whole...
my glass of milk.
But it's like if it was a giant snail, I'd try to find salt. Alright. I'm just gonna Blade Ward myself, which is just there for the hell of it. You extend your hand, trace a sigil of warding in the air until the end of your next turn. You have resistance against bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing. I just have nothing else to do, so I'm just gonna cast that. I really have nothing
Nash,
else.
run!
I can't.
You're
Brill's
supposed
fat
to-
ass is in my
No,
way.
you can get around him.
You're in Hope's way.
Oh, I
You
forgot
have-
about the get around
So
the diagonal thing.
This is the plan. Varel shouted out a plan for everyone to get out, and he's going to hold them off.
Right,
So if you're-
sorry. I thought we were stacked like before, and we couldn't move. Okay, never mind. Forget all that shit I said.
You can move diagonally in these intersections.
Right, I'm gonna make my way. So I'm gonna move. I'm gonna move by Stanley. Is that okay, Stanley?
That's still a diagonal. I could get past him if I needed to.
Here
right?
it is,
Yeah, so
right?
you can move diagonally in the intersection.
Yeah. Okay.
Movement.
Because I'd tell him to move along if I couldn't, but if I can, that's fine.
Okay.
I'm gonna actually use since I can't really do anything else. I'm gonna run the full 60 and use my dash. Okay. So I'm gonna go.
Cool.
Nice.
What is that there? I think.
Yeah. And George looks at you and he says, "Will you tell me what's going on?"
Oh, freaking George. There's a giant glob thing down the hall. Have you ever dealt with this before? It's made of. It's like black oil and stuff. And it's got acid, I think, in it. And I've seen these before, but have you been down here? What do you guys do when this happens? You've been down here?
You're fighting oil? I've never been down here.
Ah, you piece of shit. You're no good. All
Are you
right.
kidding? No one's ever survived the Froghemoth. And you hear this bickering now enter the room ahead of you. All right, the creature, Hope, moves in your direction and makes an attack. $11.
That's gonna miss.
Okay, so it swings past whoosh, as it barrels down the hallway. Just fills the corner like it's water, but it's oozing and it's, you know, if you picture Venom from Spider-Man into the black suit, like it's just oozing down the wall and spreading through the corner as it again attempts to envelop you with its just gaping nothingness, and it misses. Your turn, Hope.
Okay, I'm gonna spend an action to disengage once more, and then I'll use my action surge so that I can dash.
Gotcha.
Oh.
That puts you 30 feet of movement. Okay, you really hustle it along, just like dragging your metal leg because it's not obeying you as it should, and you make it down to Stanley. You see Stanley sort of there, readied.
Right, and I'll yell back, "All right, Varel, that's everyone."
Pharrell, your turn.
Cool. I will.
Oh, Varel seems to be doing fine against this.
Yeah, this is like a perfect monster for Varel.
Yeah.
That's the problem, right? Like this is like I intelligently disengage, but I totally feel like I'm winning. So I think Varel would action roll. So I just turn and run, grabbing my sword as I go, and make it this way.
Okay, you make it that way. You pick up the sword, and it makes an opportunity attack against you, unless you have.
Nothing special. I just assume it's a stupid beast that can't hit me.
13.
Miss.
All right. It attempts to
What?
it attempts to envelop you, and you're able to get out quite. Well, you don't even pay attention to it. You just run away from it and don't even notice that it attacked you, and you make it down the hallway.
Cool. That was just my move then, and I turn around with my fist ready.
Okay, you're gonna ready.
I'm gonna punch it if it
attack?
gets close again.
Okay. Well, it's now its turn, and it moves. It's 20. It moves its movement speed, and is in range for you to
Uppercut.
attack.
Down slam. 17.
17. All right, you do 17 points of damage to it.
Oh, sorry. Those are two 17 attacks.
Oh, sorry.
With
Roll your damage dice then, please.
14 points of damage.
Okay. 14, you say?
Yep.
Perfect. All right, you continue punching it, punching piece by piece by piece off of it as they congeal and turn into pebbles.
I feel like we just let Varel beat the crap out of these things.
Right?
Yeah, it seems to be
Working
working.
so well.
Let's just chill here.
Would have never guessed. Punching a black ooze.
Right?
I still think
right,
fire would just be the best.
I would be
right?
yelling, "Go, go!"
Stanley, it's your turn.
Seeing
Stanley
a,
misses his turn because he's staring in awe at Varel. Nash, it's your
seeing
turn.
a very injured Hope run up beside me, I would just go, "Well, hey there, Hope," and reach out and touch her and cast Cure Wounds at level 2.
Okay.
That is good. That is going to be 18 hit points restored.
Solid.
Thank you, Stanley.
And I can't move, so I'm gonna just say, keep holding them, Varel. You're doing great.
We're all counting on you.
All right, Nash, your turn.
All right. Boy, I really want to know what's. All right. Well, I'm gonna be dumb here and just try a thing. Not dumb, but I'm gonna move to here. See what I can see.
Okay.
I don't really see.
You see two tables. You see George huddled up against it, and the sign on the wall that says, what does it say again?
Two turntables and a microphone.
Feed it to me.
Oh, the thing on the wall.
The
Right.
engraving in Infernal.
Right. I feel like I'm gonna miss something here if I don't. I think you're hinting at something.
I'm not.
Okay.
I'm describing the room to you. I'm trying to do it in such an ironic way to say there's nothing of interest happening here. Meanwhile, your friends are in mortal danger running away from Black Pudding.
I mean, there's nothing I can do to help them anyway, except get out of the way. So I'm just gonna finish my move to be behind George or next to George here.
I wonder if the voices in your head are giving you any consultation of some kind. I can't see the voices in your head, but I wonder if they've given you any clues. All right.
Wait,
next
where's Pod? Is Pod back? Do I get her back yet?
Nope, actually. So Pod's gone missing.
Gone missing?
You sent her down, and she's not back yet. And
Shit. Okay, that's the end of my turn.
all right. Yep. So the creature. All right. So you notice. Well, you can't see. You guys can see on the map, but you can't really see it. What's behind the pudding in front of you? But you can kind of see it on the map that the other pudding has moved. Hope, your turn.
All right, I'm gonna dash on out of there.
Start running out. George goes, "Oh, good, you're alive."
Hope doesn't even say anything back.
Nobody likes George.
George sucks.
All right, Varel, it's your turn.
All right, Stanley, get out of here, go! And that'll be my ready movement when Stanley's out, and I will double punch
You
the wall
can't do
of
that.
blackness.
A ready action is an action on your turn.
Oh,
So
it's
you
an
can-
action.
Yes, which means you can ready another action for the readied thing, but you can't ready and then take an action on the same turn.
I can't ready my movement, right?
You can't just ready movement. It still costs an action.
Okay. Okay, I won't fudge the initiative. I think Stanley goes after me, so I could probably run out, but I will hold the line. And
I mean,
that's
you can say I ready when, like, you could specify in this way: when the creature attacks me, I will ready a counter attack and then move 30 feet out of the cave. Like, you could ready all of it for the ready time, but you have to declare that now.
Oh,
You see what I'm saying?
so it's like Yu-Gi-Oh.
Ready basically costs you an action to
What's
do.
your trap
but then,
card?
then you get that action refunded for whatever you're doing for the purpose of the ready time. And as long as you have the remaining amount of resource, so 40 feet of movement and that one action, you can do it.
No, this is too complicated for Mighty Varel. He will punch this thing twice
Okay.
with a 16 and a 12.
Hits. Both hits.
1, 5, 6. So 11 points of damage with my mighty fists.
You've punched it so much that you feel like you've gotten through over half of its body weight in pudding. And my pen ran out. I don't have a... Oh, there it is back. So that you feel it shrinking in size. It still hasn't relented or changed its behavior towards you. The blackness wishes to consume you, but you punch more pieces off and they explode and shatter into pebbles.
Go, Stanley, go!
Are you readying any? Oh, he's punched. Okay.
Yes, I punched.
It attacks you back. 14 plus its modifier. So
hit.
will 19 hit? Okay.
Yep.
Are you wearing armor?
Nope.
You have natural armor.
No, people even draw me in loincloths. It's not true.
I'm just checking.
Don't believe
not-
those
I did it
lies.
for art, though. I kind of like it. It does look nice.
Yeah. 6 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And all the dice, so I can do it in one exciting roll.
Don't believe the loincloth propaganda.
Yeah.
Hmm.
20 points of acid damage.
Ooh-wee.
All right, Stanley, your turn.
All right. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Shoot, I guess that's as far as I can go. I get up here, right? Or is that not a spot?
Yeah, if you can, it's fine. You can stand there.
All right, move to there. As far as I
All
get.
right.
So
Nash,
that's me.
your turn.
Okay. I'm going to. Again, not much I can do.
I will, part of my turn, I will yell, get out of the way to George.
Okay, let's roll him into the.
I'm going to scooch there so that there's room for George to move on my turn. That's my whole turn. George.
All right, so he'll be going between Stanley and Nash next turn.
All right, that's my turn. I moved. I don't know. I have nothing else to do.
Okay, so let me just do this. Okay, Hope, it is your turn.
All right, I'm gonna just do a move around the corner.
Okay. You guys can put yourself in ready positions if, you know, that's saying if you want to do that in this room. Okay, Varel, your turn.
All right. Feeling the mighty sting of the hits, I will nurse my wounds, do a disengage back,
Okay.
and then use my movement to get out.
All right. You move 40 feet out of the area. You don't take an opportunity attack. As you run down the hallway, you see everyone else there to greet you.
All right, and I will end my movement.
Okay. Perfect. So that's, you hear that gloop gloop gloops gloop 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 one. As the wall, as you look, you know, turn around, look back down the passage. The large black ooze continues its way down the passage slowly, much slower than you, as it works its way down the hallway to your direction. Stanley, your turn.
All right, I'm gonna move 5, 10, spin around and fire a double Eldritch Blast at the gloop.
Double Eldritch Blast. What does that do?
It's force damage.
Force damage, okay.
So at this level, it fires 2 beams.
Mm-hmm.
So the first beam is 19 plus 8 to hit. I'm going to assume that hits.
Mm-hmm.
And the
Second
second beam is a 13 to hit.
Yeah, both hits.
First beam does a whole 2 damage.
Mm-hmm.
Second beam. Oh, I'm sorry. It does more than. No, it does just 2. I'm thinking of Dying Talus. So 2 damage and then 7 damage.
Total 9 damage. Okay, so you fire 2 beams of Eldritch energy down the hallway, and you hear George go like, "Holy shit!" as he just stares in awe at the magic that you've just done. And yeah, you fire it, and it is force damage. So it doesn't cause it to split. It has a similar effect to the punches that Varel unleashed, sort of exploding it into little particulate that turn into benign. Thank you again, Kyle. Benign rocks and pebbles.
And then I will finish my movement up past Varel and Nash, getting in a good angle to fire later.
Okay, perfect. George, your turn. What? I don't want to go. He obeys the command. He's like, okay, sweet, I'll get out of the way. I'll stand next to Stanley over here. And, well, I look in terror at this black wall and go, are we really shooting this thing? And then he's going to bring up his shotgun and fire a shotgun shell. Pow! Down the hallway at it.
Also, I like that he has unit selection lines.
I don't wanna.
I think we should all start doing that.
Yeah. Do I
Okay.
have to do this?
He fires the shotgun down the hallway. A shotgun. Can you remind me the type of damage that it is, please? I just don't have that.
It's great damage.
Job's
But it's
done.
very loud.
No, the
It's-
damage type. Sorry, is what I'm.
Bludgeoning.
Bludgeoning.
Piercing.
Oh.
It's piercing.
Okay.
Just kidding.
I just have to know. I just have to know if it's
Love at it.
flashing. Okay, so he fires a bullet into it, and again, it sort of appears to have a similar effect as it blows apart a piece of the wall. And then he looks up at you guys and goes, like he did a good job.
Everybody's giving him a mean look.
He's like, I got him! All right, Nash, your turn.
Okay. I'm gonna move here-ish, kind of there, and await the horror that comes to the wall. Is the greasiness out here too? The
Yes.
wall. Okay. All right. That's my move.
Okay. All right.
I got nothing to do.
You do.
I really don't. I got like no spell slots.
What? You have.
I have cantrips
Yo,
that aren't
Oh,
gonna do shit to me.
I can't say anything as a DM. You have
Yeah.
plenty to do, but I am not giving you answers.
Well-
Varel, sorry, Hope, your turn.
Speak free action, maybe?
Okay, Varel, do you want to say anything?
I'd like to. Is that cool?
Yep.
Get the tables, make a barrier!
Not what I was thinking, but okay.
Ooh, that's a good one. All right, Hope
earth are
will
you
hobble
talking
on
about?
over to a table.
I'll tell you after the encounter if you live.
I'm looking.
If you live.
So Hope will hobble on
Yep.
over to a table. I assume it
Okay.
needs
Oh,
two
sorry.
people to carry
it
it.
was just. Sorry, I missed
Oh,
this
sorry.
turn. It continues. It's much smaller and reduced in size, so much so that you can see behind it the second pudding making its way down the wall, but it makes its way to the entranceway. Now it's your turn, Hope. Sorry about that.
Okay, cool. I'll look around and then walk on over to the closest table.
Okay.
Then I'll pick it up. Does it need two people?
If you succeed on a strength check, you could probably lift it on your own. It's not very heavy, but heavy enough.
Oh, okay.
Even with it's rotted, damp wood.
Oh, nice. This is actually pretty good. So it's going to be a 17 strength roll to pick it up.
Okay. You have to. You have disadvantage on ability checks, don't you?
Correct, but I rolled a 16 and 18, so I rolled really well.
Well, with cheating dice. Just kidding.
Cheating
All right.
dice.
What? You're just sore you didn't memorize my character sheet.
I'm teasing. I'm teasing. So you pick up the table. How are you lifting it up? Are you underneath it, lifting it with the legs to the side? Are you lifting it on one end and like angling it on your belly, like like?
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna kind of grab it by the legs, prop it up on two, and then pick it up from the middle, and then kind of walk it forward.
Very sensible way to pick it up. So you pick it up and begin walking it forward. And you still have that would end your turn. I don't know if you have enough movement to get it all the way over there, or.
Maybe. I'm not sure where the table is in the room.
Yeah, I can just let me get a table asset here. Just
And when I get close to
Say-
Varel, that's where I'll drop it. I won't walk it straight up to
there's
the
like
ooze.
a table there and like a table
Okay.
over here. Okay, so you've picked it up.
Cool. So I had to move down 5, so I'll move up back to where I was and kind of hold it to Varel so I don't get too close to the ooze.
Okay, Varel, your turn.
Cool. So she's got that table up, kind of facing me. I'm going to grab the top and pull it down sideways.
Okay.
So to make a barrier, 10 feet here.
You want to put it there, you mean?
Yeah, but because she had it up, I can kind of turn it sideways by lopping it sideways.
Oh, so I'll put in a 5x5 square like that then.
Well, down 10. So it's up right now, 10 feet tall. I grab the top of it and walk with it to slam it sideways as a 10-foot barrier.
So you want to, yeah. So it's the way that I should be thinking of this, which is like that. Right?
Exactly. Yeah, there we go.
All right. So you lay it down, and it's only about 3 or 4 feet in height. So it's blocking off half of the cavern, and the entrance, as I said before, is about 7 feet tall. So it sort of lowers in as you get in there.
It's only 7 feet, or it's 7 feet.
Yeah, I said it was about the height of Varel, the smaller passage, dipped down.
Okay.
To the height of Varel, and Varel was raising his head along the top. So I think it's still Varel's turn, but he's run away.
It's good. That was his turn.
Oh, okay, perfect. Okay, so the ooze that you can kind of sort of see the top of behind it also makes its way down the hallway. It starts to butt up against the other one. Stanley, your turn.
All right, so can we see the tops of these? If I was to fire at it again, would I be able to hit it?
Yeah, you can see the one behind because the first one has been pounded nearly into dust.
Okay, so I can see the one behind it.
There's about a few feet left of it. Yep.
All right, I am going to assume that this plan is not going to work, even though I like it. And I'm going to use my bonus action to cast Hex on the one that I can see.
Hex. Okay. It sounds like it will work on it. Don't think doesn't seem to be a problem with that spell.
Yep. So I'm going to cast Hex as a bonus action, and then fire 2 Eldritch Blast Beams at it as well.
Okay. The first one or the one behind?
The one I cast Hex on. I think it's the only one I can see, right? Didn't you say I could only see the one in the back?
You can see the one in the back. Yeah, it would allow you to see the one on the table, too. You could target either one.
All right, we'll say it's the one in the back, because I think that's the one I saw and cast Hex on.
Okay.
So I'll target that with
what
both
ability
beams.
check is it failing? Or disadvantaging? Sorry.
We'll say... We'll say dexterity.
Okay, dexterity.
I don't know if it's dexterous at all. Alright, so the 2 beams to hit, we have the first one is going to be a 24 to hit.
Yeah.
And the second one is going to be a 19 to hit.
Okay, they're both hits.
Alright. Oh my gosh, I should have my D10s more readily available, but I use them so rarely. Okay, so that is 6, 7, 8, 9. That's 10 force damage and 3 necrotic damage.
3 necrotic. 10 and 3 on the far one, right?
On the far one.
Okay, so, and is there any additional hex damage, or?
That's the necrotic was the hex damage.
Alright, so what's the total, please?
13 damage total.
13 damage. And what type of damage is the hex damage?
That's the necrotic, yeah.
Let me check.
So it was 3 necrotic.
So it's 13, you said. Okay, so perfect. All right, so you fire out 2 blasts at it, and it sort of sparks up, and the one behind it begins also bursting in that same way, that same satisfying way where it turns it into particulate and then into pebbles as it rains down on the ground around it.
And then I will just take another step or 2 back just to be a little further out of range. And that will be my turn.
All right. So the one ooze, sensing that there's another of its kind in front of it, you surmise, begins climbing up to the ceiling as it attaches itself to the wall and makes its way on top of the ceiling and starts crawling on the ceiling above Varel. And it's able to reach down and attack Varel. By the way, we're getting close to 8. Do we have a hard out, Kristen, for your stuff? Are you guys okay over there?
Oh yeah, we're totally fine. We just have to take care of it's just the
Cool,
thing.
it's fine. I just wanted to make sure there wasn't like the plane's outside. And
Yeah, no, if only.
The plane's right outside, literally just parked there. They're waiting.
I'm surprised you can't hear it.
All right, so I don't
From
believe
sky to
14.
door.
I don't believe 14 will hit Varel. Scott, you're
Yeah.
okay too, right?
Yeah, I think I'm okay.
Yeah, we're starting to wind down, but yeah. So 14 does not hit it. It makes an attempt to attack it, Varel. Stanley, it's your turn.
Wait, I just went.
Yeah, he just went.
Oh. Wait, did I do that out of order?
I
All right,
fired
whatever.
the Eldritch Blast, so.
My turn's going to start. That was George's turn. George looks and he goes, ah, the thing on the floor, and it loads up a shell into his gun and takes a shot at the creature on the ceiling. He hits it. You hear a loud as it reverberates all throughout the cave, and you hear. Sorry, you don't hear. The thing takes 8 points of damage. He goes, holy shit! As he shoots up into the air. Nash, it's your turn.
Okay. So I've been struggling this whole time. Because Mold Earth isn't going to do shit. It's the only one I have. You're not going to give me any hints, are you?
So Mold Earth, doesn't it create a 5? Can't you?
I can do a 5x5 cube,
Cube.
but the roof is 7 feet. From floor to ceiling is 7 feet, so that's not going to block a hole or a door.
Yeah, so over 2 turns, you could probably do 10 by a 5 by 10 area.
But if Shmoo's already in here,
Well, it's no longer an option as they're not in the narrow passageway, but
So
it
I
was an
wouldn't-
option for the past 7 or 8 turns.
no, hold on. No, that's not true, because I would only be to my second time of getting the other 10 feet, or getting the other 5 feet. I wouldn't have made it.
What?
I would have only had two turns to do that in.
Yeah, you'd have to run somewhere and tactically place it, covering up. Like when Varel was blocking off the passage,
Yeah.
he could
Oh.
have blocked it off while you put Mold Earth.
You mean back in the day? Okay.
No, I mean like 2 rounds ago.
Yeah, back in the day, 2 rounds ago.
Anyways, I'm not giving hints, but yes, Mold Earth was definitely a big option here.
Okay.
But yeah, not to make anyone feel bad or anything, but I can't give you the answers to the
No,
problems.
I know.
There's no problem. There's no point in playing the game.
No, I get
So,
it. I get it.
although I mean your teammates could have, so it's their fault too, really.
Well,
Honestly, I
want to
didn't,
share the blame. You're a
Spirit
team.
of Christmas, right
I didn't
there.
remember he
Blame your
had it.
teammates.
The
I'm
only
being
person
honest.
not on your team is me. The rest of the universe designed to kill you.
yeah.
But anyways, okay, so that puts you. It's your turn though.
How tall is the gloop in front of Varel there?
How tall is the gloop in front of? It's hanging to the ceiling.
It's hanging to the ceiling. Okay.
Yeah, and it's about 10 by 10 foot square cube of taking up space, and sort of Varel's like dodging it as it's on the ceiling, and it's attacking him.
And this ceiling is only 7 feet tall in here, right?
You're in a larger room now. There's about 15 feet of clearance from top to bottom in here.
Oh, I don't have the slot anyway that I was just going to use. All right, well, too late for Mold Earth. It's already in here. Boy, all the shit I need is on freaking cooldown till a long rest.
It also, don't you have thunder damage for this thing?
Yeah. When it's on the ceiling, though? How is it affected on the ceiling, though?
It's a
do that.
15-foot cube that you can shoot it out. That the area of effect is a 15-foot cube for
Yeah.
Thunder Wave. Thunderclap
Yeah.
may also have worked.
But if he's
But
up
thunder
on the-
damage was not one of its resistances that I had noted. It was-
Right, but if it's up on the ceiling... at
Just
10
you're saying there's nothing you can do, but you have thunder damage in 2 spells.
I can hit that thing on the ceiling with thunder damage? I thought
It's
that
a
was
15-foot cube, and that includes height. The room is about 15 to 7 feet tall.
I'm just thinking radius. I'm not thinking about height. All right, well, let's do that.
Yeah.
Let's fire it off,
Cool.
and I'd like to protect Varel in the process. I don't want him to get hit.
Okay, so let's draw the square where it's going to go. Draw shape. So there's your square.
Yeah, that's the one. And it looks like it'll clip. Oh no, you just have it shifted a little, right?
Well, I can't move it. I don't.
But is he affected by it? If he's not, I won't worry about spending a point. If it's not hitting Varel.
He
Trying to make
seems safe.
I mean, it's shifted over, but I assume that means it's just.
Oh, there. It's just hard to pick. For some reason, it's being hard to pick up.
Yeah, it's not snapping to the grid.
If I zoom in, so like you can cast, you can move. You can cast it here. You moved there.
Actually, I'm going to do that. That's a great idea. And let's use a point to protect Varel. Sorcery point.
Okay.
And
yeah, use a sorcery point to protect Varel, and you cast.
Yep. Let's do
Thunderwave.
Thunderwave.
Varel.
Yep. This is.
We've come full circle.
Yep. We've come all the way
at
back
beginning,
around.
Everything old is new again.
All right. So I got to make a Constitution saving throw. Is that correct?
Yes. This is my final spell slot, by the way. So that's gone. 15 is your saving throw.
7 plus his Constitution. 10. 10 doesn't save.
Nope.
Perfect. So you hit him with 2d8 damage and knock it 10 feet.
Yep. 2d8 will be 9 total damage.
Okay. All right. So you hit it with Thunderwave, and before you go ahead and do this, you hit it with Thunderwave and go ah! And make a loud thunderous clap that boom, boom, boom echoes all throughout the cave, and it's really loud. Boom! And the whole creature just explodes into particulate everywhere, and all these little rocks just descend from the sky and sprinkle onto everybody as you explode the thing, killing it off the ceiling.
Okay.
Just so you're catching up, Varel. It had climbed onto the ceiling, was above you, and you were swatting it away. But Varel thunder wove it off and was careful not to hurt you.
Sweet.
All right, so that thing is now finito as it disappears. Hope, it's your turn.
Oops.
I'll go ahead and start shimmying my way to the other table, and I'll roll strength to pick it up.
Okay.
And these rolled really well too. Just want to tell you that 18.
Okay, so you pick up the table again in spite of your, in spite of your feeling like tired and exhausted. You fight through it, pick up the table, and go ah! And everyone hears the grunt.
Cool, and then I'll face it toward Varel, but with no more movement left. All I'm doing is facing Varel with it.
Okay. Like probably diagonal.
Yeah.
You almost knocked him with it. Gives you a look.
He gives you a look.
All right, it should probably be here.
Proud
all right,
look or
Varel,
upset look?
it's your turn. It's lizard folk. It's just look.
Cool. Is it a 10-foot table?
Yes.
All right. Then, okay. What I would like to do is, it climbed on the ceiling above me. So what I'd like to do is get under the table, and if it gets above me again, I'm gonna lift the table against the ceiling, real hard.
Okay.
I like this.
Okay, perfect. So you take the table from Hope and you lift it over top yourself and squat.
Yep.
And ready the action. Okay. All right. So this one, because the one on the ceiling is no longer on the ceiling, this one here begins to eat through the table. And the table dissolves instantly.
There goes that plan.
And it's approaching you by ground as you are hidden under the table. Because your triggering action was for it to be above, you don't get your action, and it comes forward and attacks you and the table.
And the table. It's so mad at tables.
And that is a 19.
Did it not action eat the table?
So if you're using the table to block, it can still reach you. It's
the table at 8.
Did it what? Sorry.
Did it ate through a table? To
Actually,
get
you've made a good point. Let me just have a look at the ability. Sorry.
But I totally get if it through the holes and you know, Fern Gully.
Okay, it doesn't specify that it's an action, but it does say it takes a round, so he doesn't attack. It just moves forward.
All right.
I'm good. Yeah, I'm giving him 2 actions essentially. I think.
All
And
right.
That's unfair. So, you've successfully objected. The defense.
In the court of D&D.
Stanley, your turn.
All right, I am gonna move to the southern part of the room so I can have a line of fire on the thing again. I'm gonna use my bonus action to shift the hex from the dead gloop to the living gloop, and I'm going to fire a double shot of Eldritch Blast at it.
Okay.
All right. Oh, natural 20 on the first beam.
Okay.
Ooh.
So you roll double damage dice for that.
Okay, I will go ahead and roll that one.
So it'll be
first.
3d10 and your hex damage and whatever modifier.
Is the hex damage doubled or just the one of the d10s?
The d10s. The hex damage is triggered from a crit, right?
Yeah.
You can't actually crit with the hex, I don't think.
Okay. So the other one was a 13 plus 8. I'm guessing that hits as well. So these have not been hard to hit. Okay, so.
You know what? You do double the d6. Until the spell ends, you deal extra necrotic damage to the target whenever you hit with it.
Oh, jeez. This is so many dice. This is going to be great. Okay, here we go. Okay, first the force damage.
Maybe you don't, but we'll just run it that way. It's fine.
13
look it up
force
later.
damage. And 8 necrotic damage.
Okay, so you fire 2 beams at it and explode it in 2 pieces. Well, not in 2 pieces. You explode half of it. It's a huge chunk, like a crater, just comes flying out of it as particulate hits the wall, and it's reduced to a quarter of its size.
Great. This is awesome. And that's all I'm going to do.
Okay. And George, your turn. George looks at it and he gets up, moves closer with the gun, trying not to hit Varel. And he's like, I got this one! And he takes a shot at it.
More unit selection.
He rolls a natural 1. And he gets
jeez.
he gets a little antsy and he shoots himself in the foot and he goes, "Yeah, oh!" He just looks down, just actually doesn't scream. He accidentally fires the trigger too quickly. And he just looks down and he goes, he looks up at you, Hope, and he goes, his face wide in horror.
I'll just put my finger on my lip. I mean, things already get really loud, but
Yep.
yeah.
His heroic moment really cut short.
Nash, your turn.
Man, George, what a
George just shot himself in the foot.
winner George
He hasn't
is.
made any sounds yet. His wide is just wide with horror and shock.
Okay. How easy is it to move that cube? Is it easy or hard?
I don't think you have the ability to move it. I can move it for you, though. Oh, you want me to get it out of the way?
Can you move it so that the line... I want to keep Bo and Hope. Sorry, I'm thinking of...
Thinking of Days of Our Lives.
Days of Our Lives. Okay, right there, yeah. And I'm going to move here. And we're going to cast... Oh, what am I thinking? I don't have this slot. These slots, dude. All right,
Yeah,
instead...
you have Thunderclap where you can...
Yeah, I'm going to do Thunderclap. It's only 5 feet, though.
Okay. You have to careful spell it, though.
Do I or why? For me?
No,
For George and for Varel.
Wait, they're not in range. Oh, because I'm like that.
Well, Varel's under the table. You might not see him, but he's standing right next to you at the table, down like this.
I take it back. I want to do an experiment. I'm moving over.
We didn't have enough of those.
Yeah,
I'm
he
moving
takes
over
out
there.
an egg and cuts it in half.
I'm moving over there, and I'm casting. I want to see if it's immune to acid, even though it's acid-based.
You already know it's immune to acid.
He didn't say it. He didn't say it was.
This is knowledge you shared with us.
No, he told me. You didn't tell me it was immune to acid, did you? I wrote
did,
it all
yeah.
down. You didn't? Or you did?
Oh, I said, did I say this?
I thought
I
that
did.
was
I
literally.
did. Yeah, I did.
Oh, I messed it then. Shit. All right.
You still
Is
got
it on the
Thunderclap.
floor or ceiling?
He's on the floor.
Okay.
The one on the ceiling you exploded.
I wanted to do that again. I don't know what to do. I have nothing.
Thunderclap!
Thunderclap's not going to be good.
Well, you can careful spell it.
All right, fine.
Otherwise, you can punch it. It worked for Varel.
No, let's
Yeah, go punch it with your awesome mage fist.
let's
Punch
thunderclap.
it. You got punch it, thunderclap.
Then I'm out of sorcery points. That's the end of those.
You cast light. No, thunderclap is an at will that you have.
Oh right.
Thunder
Oh
Wave
yeah.
is
What am I
level
thinking?
one.
Yeah, but if I want to careful spell it, I have to use the points, don't I?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I still have to use those no matter what. All right. Yeah, let's do it. I'm killing, and I have to use one for. No, I only have to use one, not one for each dude, do I? Oh, so that's okay. That's
You still
only
have to
three.
use one, yeah.
All right. So I have done that, and I now cast it, and it's a big, loud, cool sound like this.
And make the Constitution saving throw. It fails. You can roll 1d6 damage.
All right, here you come. 1d6, really rolling out the damage here. Shit! 1.
At least you didn't shoot yourself in the foot.
You do this big flourish and make this big thunderclap sound. And a little piece of it, just like a little triangle about this big, just falls off the side. Particulate.
Frick. Great.
Hope, it's your turn.
All right, cool. I'll go ahead and back myself up 5 feet. Get my shotgun arm out since quiet has been broken, and let loose 2 shots.
Okay, 2 attack rolls.
2 attack rolls. Let's see. 16 or 17, and then a 10.
Damage dice for both.
All right, we are looking at.
Oh, that was
16
2d.
damage.
I screwed up. 2d6 is the damage I'm supposed to get. Because I'm 5th level. At level 5, you get 2d6 for my thing. Is it too late now?
Yep.
All right.
Sorry, I try to keep up and look at
No,
these things.
it's all
but
good.
that's-
It's all good. I should have noticed it.
Yeah.
Go
Go
ahead.
ahead, Kristen. I'm sure chat room enjoyed it. So
16 damage total.
okay, so you fire 2 shots at it, and then a significant part of what's left explodes into particulate. There's only a small piece left, and with the battle fervor and anger and hatred, you continue firing and blow up the last piece. And then you see the 2 little ones that you cut off sort of coming out of the entranceway, and you fire again. You fire until your clips dry, eliminating all the rest of the pieces remaining. And then everyone just hears click, 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 click as you're continuing to fire, even though your gun is dry.
I like it.
Is she going "Rah!" as she does it? Because that's cool.
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah, I like that.
Nash, you feel a little fluttering near your ear, and then weight rest on your shoulder. And I didn't know what I was supposed to do. Sorry.
What, you take the freaking long way? What happened?
Well, you're trapped between 2 of them. I don't know what you sent me down there to see.
I just
It was
tried to
really
tell you.
dark.
You were supposed to tell if stuff was coming or not.
Remember, I don't have dark vision. I like you. I can't see in the dark.
Holy shit! Just okay. Quiet down. Get on my shoulder. Go to invisible again. That was big,
Hey,
huge help.
don't you take that tone with me! And she slaps your face. You take a point of damage.
What?
You got a little rig on?
Yeah.
All
It
right.
gives you a knuckle, just like right, and it just enters into this annoyingly painful place between your skull and jaw muscle, and it just hurts like
All
all
right.
get out.
I'll take it.
And George looks and he's like, I hate to disturb you and whoever you're talking to, but ah! And he starts screaming. And he rips off his boot and reveals his foot, and it's split in 2. And he's bleeding profusely on the ground.
It's split in
like,
2.
Oh. Where's that first aid kit? Please give it to
How
me.
does he know about the first aid kit?
Oh, he doesn't. Oops. Do you have a first aid kit? I need a first aid.
I do. I do. Stop yelling.
And as he yells, you notice the singing stopped.
And I'm going to drop the
And you-
table, look at all this, walk to the hall, and go. Oh! I am a king from above. This is my sword. This is my cave. I want to meet you, king, here. These are my companions. They are very grave.
And we end there then.
Yes.
Better than anything I could have come up with.
Yes.
Perfect.
Ah, that was the best ending we've ever done. Well, maybe kissing a freaking.
I've got to
green
make a
booger
few
egg.
notes about the state of the game right now. George has a shot foot.
His foot split in half, like just right up the middle, just split.
Nash is out of resources.
I got nothing.
Yeah, it's split in two.
I
And Varel was singing.
I horribly need a long rest, but whatever. We'll get
I'm working on getting the first aid kit out, but I don't think I started by the time that all went down.
we
No,
were
scary.
too shocked
I
by
thought-
Varel singing suddenly. Don't know what to
I
do
thought
with
Hope
that.
was gonna die.
I kind of thought
You guys were bumbling
Can't
around
run
like
until
a,
she saves the world. Then she's out.
maybe
But
we'll stop bumbling around like a comedy trio when we're in a narrow passageway in the future.
Yeah.
Like, who goes first?
Yeah, I hated it.
Send
in
the
there.
weakened one first.
Hated her in there. All right, well done, everybody, and congratulations. We've done it again. We've once again survived. That's the main thing. We live. We yet live. And that's the important bit. We'll be back. Now, when are we back? We're not here next week? Right. I'm gone. Oh, I don't know what we're doing. Bo, you talked about maybe a little one-off or something. We don't know.
So we're talking, Scott, you're away.
Yeah, I'm gone.
I think the rest of us are within range of a computer, though, like from home to stream from. So we were talking about doing a little one-shot for fun.
Yeah.
Maybe switching some roles around.
Yeah.
Of course, Scott, if you are available, you're welcome too. It's just we actually just really enjoy playing D&D together. So I think we're probably going to make something happen next week.
Yeah.
No, that's awesome.
but-
I've got and I think that's
And
great.
Maybe
If I'm
we'll
not,
throw it up on the feed if it's good, if we do a little one shot. But
Yeah.
it'll be, the idea is that it's going to be a different thing from what we're doing, and there might even be some
new characters.
cast change up and new characters just for a little one shot dealio.
I like one-shot dealios. The others that we've done have all been really fun. So watch for that. Something will happen, and you'll be notified, folks. We'll let you know. But in the meantime, do not forget that this show and all of it, if you missed a bunch of it and you're like, man, I want to watch the VODs, good deal, because it's all up on YouTube. As soon as we're done here, I just post it all. So you can check it out there. If you prefer it in audio form, we have that podcast available. All of it, including our contact details, are at therewillbedungeons.com. So head on over there now and get your fix. There's also some cool assets over there. We posted some artwork. There's a new video that Bo put together that we played last week. That's up there now, also on the site, so you can check that out. So go check it out. That's therewillbedungeons.com. That's going to do it for us, for me, for Bo, for John, for Kyle, for Kristen. If I missed anyone, no. That's going to do it for us.
Oh, pod for
And
pod.
Pod and freaking George. We'll see you next time. This show is part of the Frog Pants Network.
Frog Pants Network.
Get more shows like this at frogpants.com.
Now, be sure to inspect the buttocks.
There you go.
Yeah.
Kyle made it.
Yeah, well done.
Sure to inspect the buttocks. I predict that'll be on TMS next
Oh, I
week.
guarantee it. I'll use it everywhere. I'm going to use it constantly. It's one of my favorite things that he ever
Be
uttered.
sure to inspect the buttocks.
That was good. Well done, everybody. Good stuff.
Yeah, well done. Well done.
It made
Damn.
Danger.
made me
Sorry to be hard on you today, Scott. But
No, you weren't hard. It was
I learned you